first thing I did after being reborn as a pig was devour 200 pounds of pig feed and become the fattest pig in the pen. The other piglets thought I'd lost my mind. After all, the fatter you get, the sooner you're slaughtered. Or worse, sent off for breeding. That's even worse than death. But what they didn't know was that I'd awakened a devouring evolution system. The more I ate, the stronger I'd become. Sure, feed gave slow progress, but at least it was safe. I thought I could smoothly reach 1,000 pounds and evolve. But then, two humans showed up and ruined everything. A little girl tugged at a man's hand, whining. Her tear-stained eyes kept glancing my way. Dad, don't kill Big White. He's a good pig. But the man's face didn't change at all. Don't worry, I won't kill him. The meat market already has him reserved. We'll sell him right before New Year's. After hearing that, the feed suddenly didn't taste so good. At least New Year's was still far off. As long as I evolved before then, I'd find a way to escape this farm. So over the next 2 months, I ate like crazy. Over these 2 months, I frantically sped up how fast I ate. Whether it was cucumbers or pumpkins, I shoved it all into my mouth. But since I was eating all low-energy foods, my stat gains weren't that noticeable. Though compared to other families, I was already a giant. But I was nowhere near strong enough to fight humans. Just as I was thinking this, the man came back with several other men, seeing I'd gotten even fatter. He quickly waved to the group behind him. Brothers, lend a hand. Once we get my pig loaded up, I'll treat everyone to a good meal. Even though I struggled with all my might, I was still dragged out of the pen by my tail. Looking at the big truck with the iron cage in front of me, my heart sank. With a regular small truck, I could at least try to flip it and escape. But this truck with an iron cage completely crushed my hopes. However, when I was loaded into the truck, I discovered they hadn't actually locked the cage. They just secured it with a latch. This was undoubtedly my last hope of escape. To avoid being discovered by the humans, I waited until the truck got on the highway. Then I kept pushing one end of the latch with my tongue. Just as I was about to open the cage, I suddenly realized something. The city was crawling with humans. Not exactly ideal for my evolution, so I needed to find a forest to avoid any conflict with humans. And the more remote the location, the better for lying low and powering up. After waiting over half an hour, I finally found the perfect spot. A stretch of rolling mountains and forests. Massive trees as far as I could see. Once I got into this primeval forest, even hundreds of people couldn't catch me. There'd be no way to drag me back, so I licked the latch open, then kicked hard with my hind legs, and jumped off the speeding truck. I hit the ground and bent the guardrail, then tumbled down the slope into the river. Lucky my strength and constitution were pretty high, so I only hurt my hind leg. Worried humans might spot me. I didn't waste a second crawling out of the stream, then plunged into the forest. I was planning to find somewhere hidden to recover, but under a large tree up ahead, a dark brown plant caught my eye. On its dark brown root, branches and green leaves sprouted. It's the precious medicinal herb He Shou Wu. Just as I'm about to swallow the He Shou Wu, a giant centipede, half a meter long, suddenly bursts out from behind the tree. His long black-red body rushes straight at me. One bite from this thing could probably take down an elephant. Luckily, I'm over 2 meters tall now, so I just rolled over once and crushed the centipede into pulp. I looked at the mangled mess on the ground and suddenly got an idea. A centipede this size is a real treasure. If I devour it, it should boost my strength by a lot. With that thought, I quickly swallowed the giant centipede whole. At the same time, the system's voice rang in my ears. First animal devoured. Skill awakened. Devouring suction. Directly absorb food to devour. Greatly increases devouring capacity. To test devouring suction, I opened my mouth toward the He Shou Wu. The next second it flew straight at me, shrinking as it flew, until I swallowed it whole. My hind leg tingled. The injured leg healed instantly, and my strength and constitution each went up another 2 points. My weight hit 500 pounds. I could feel the power surging through my body. I couldn't help but feel excited. This forest is my gold mine. After 2 days of eating near the big tree, my weight reached 600 pounds. But the food around here wasn't helping much anymore, so I decided to venture deeper into the forest. When I reached a small river, I opened my mouth toward the fish in the water. Fish after fish flew into my mouth. My strength shot up dramatically, so I just lay down by the river, opening my mouth to devour any fish that came close. But after devouring a certain number of fish, my strength stopped growing. Instead, my constitution attribute kept increasing. As I ate more and more fish, my pale, tender body gradually turned brownish red. Sharp tusks even grew from both sides of my mouth. The system's voice rang out again. Species, wild boar, current weight, 650 pounds. After evolving into a wild boar, my body size had nearly reached 3 meters. Devouring ordinary fish barely helped anymore, so I decided to head even deeper into the forest. But I hadn't gone far when wolf howls suddenly echoed from nearby. I headed toward the wolf howls. Then I hid in some bushes. A pack of wolves was attacking 2 black bears. Normally, wolves wouldn't stand a chance against bears, but the cub beside the big bear was slowing it down. To protect the cub, the big bear didn't dare make any sudden moves. Just then, an alpha wolf nearly 6 feet long spotted me, but seeing my size, it hesitated to attack. But the silence only lasted a few seconds. The black bear swung its massive paw and sent a wolf flying. The alpha howled and led the pack in a counterattack. It even sent a few wolves charging at me. I tensed my hind legs. With one charging rush, I sent 3 wolves flying. The alpha looked at its fallen pack and let out a long howl. Then it led the pack back into the forest. The big bear gave me a long look, then took its cub into the forest. I devoured the wolf carcasses on the ground. My weight reached 700 pounds. My constitution hit 70 and strength hit 80. After eating my fill, I continued leisurely deeper into the forest. But suddenly a bear trap appeared ahead. I immediately realized something was wrong. Only one type of person sets traps deep in a primeval forest. Would set bear traps deep in a primeval forest. Poachers. Just as I was thinking this, a tiger's roar suddenly echoed from nearby. Looks like those poachers are after that tiger. After a moment's hesitation, I decided to deal with them. After all, they could be a threat to my safety. But I wasn't planning to go head-to-head with them. Though with my current size, I could probably take 2 bullets, but I couldn't just charge straight at them. That would be too risky. So I planned to find their camp first, wait until nightfall, then just savage charge right in, and take them all out. After making my plan, I headed toward where the roar came from. But when I arrived at the scene, I only saw 5 poachers sitting in a circle. A plastic bag sat at their feet, with a thick tiger tail sticking out from the opening. One day I came across a group of poachers. There was a plastic bag at their feet. After I took care of them, I ripped open the bag with my tusks. Inside was a tiger, and beside it, the corpse of a brown bear even bigger than me. My heart leapt. If I could devour that bear, I could trigger my next evolution. Just then, I heard a faint sound from nearby. I looked toward the sound, and spotted another smaller plastic bag. I walked over curiously, then I flipped it open, and inside were 2 scrawny little tiger cubs. But I wasn't planning to devour them too. After all, they barely had any meat on them. Eating them wouldn't give me much energy anyway, so I went back to the brown bear. Then I opened my mouth wide. The massive brown bear carcass started shrinking before my eyes, until I finally swallowed it whole. At the same time, the system notification rang in my ears. Host weight increased to 1,000 pounds. Evolution conditions met. Hearing this, I focused my thoughts. System begin evolution. The next second I felt waves of heat suddenly surging through my body, merging with the air around me. My body kept expanding. Over my brown fur, a layer of black armor formed, and my tusks grew to 50 centimeters long. After the evolution was complete, I summoned the system. Species black armor boar. Weight, 1,400 pounds. Strength, 300. Size, 300. Awakened skill, black armor. Black armor covering my entire body. Grants immunity to ordinary physical damage. Seeing this, I was thrilled. If I could summon the black armor, my strength would get an insane boost. More importantly, no weak points anywhere. Combined with my weight, I could smash a tank to pieces. If I devour that Siberian tiger too, I wonder if my strength would increase even more. With that thought, I slowly walked toward the tiger. But the 2 cubs blocked my way. I let out an angry roar at them. But they didn't back down. They just kept guarding their mother. Seeing this, I hesitated for a moment. These little guys are pretty smart. If I could make them my underlings, they might help me in the future. So I walked to an open area, and used my tusks to dig a large pit. Then I dragged the tiger's body into it. After finishing all this, I turned back to the 2 cubs. The 2 cubs fell silent for a moment, then obediently followed behind me. Next, I went into the tent, and began searching for supplies. Even though I'm hiding deep in the mountains now, news from the outside world is still important to me, because only by knowing what humans are doing can I ensure my safety in these mountains. So I still need a phone, plus a power bank and generator. In the end, I found all of these, and stumbled on a poacher's diary, with detailed coordinates for large animals. What caught my eye most? A 30-foot python in the southern forest, and a black tiger over 16 feet long. I did some quick math. These 2 probably aren't as smart as me, and they should be weaker too. After all, I fully evolved once. I could even fight a tank. If I could devour them too, my power would jump another level. With that settled, I called up the system. System, how much weight for my next upgrade? The system's voice answered instantly. To upgrade again, host, you need to reach 20,000 pounds. Strength and size must hit 2,000 points. I sighed inwardly. How much do I need to eat to hit 20,000 pounds? Hope this diary lists enough animals. I packed everything into my backpack, took the 2 cubs with me, and headed south through the forest. I devoured every animal I came across. My weight shot up to 3,000 pounds. My strength and size surged too. Even the 2 little tigers that follow me around have packed on some serious weight. Now they're starting to look like real jungle kings. But around me, there's still just a couple of little sidekicks. Finally, using my phone's GPS, I made it to the southern part of the forest. Just then, I suddenly sensed a wave of killing intent from nearby orange cats. Today, using my phone's GPS, I successfully reached the southern part of the forest. I heard there's a giant python here. Looking up, I saw a dark shadow streak across the calm lake. The shadow moved incredibly fast, and was a staggering dozen meters long. I immediately realized that shadow was the giant python from the poacher's diary. So I charged straight toward the python. At the same time, the python twisted its body and lunged at me. Seeing this, I raised my tusks and thrust at its belly, piercing through its body in an instant. The python thrashed violently a few times, then slowly lost its life. I walked toward the shore with the python on my tusks, leisurely making my way up. Once I reached the shore, I was just about to devour the python, when from a nearby bush, a white wolf suddenly burst out, nearly 10 feet long. I was instantly delighted. I didn't expect to encounter 2 beasts far larger than normal so soon after arriving. Now I can eat my fill. With that thought, I charged at the white wolf. Before it could react, my tusks sent it flying over 300 feet. It slammed hard into a tree. I glanced at the 2 orange cats, signaling them to drag the wolf's corpse back. The 2 orange cats immediately understood, and eagerly trotted off to retrieve it, while I continued devouring the python. After absorbing the python, I could clearly feel my strength and size rapidly increasing. Then I turned to the giant wolf the cats had dragged back. A 10-foot wolf would have been impossible in the past, but here it seemed commonplace. Without hesitation, I swallowed the giant wolf. Waves of heat surged through my body. After devouring 2 massive beasts in succession, my attributes increased dramatically. Even my sense of smell and vision were several times stronger. Over the next few days, I captured countless large animals in the southern region. I also ran into some seriously tough opponents. The toughest was a massive brown bear over 7 meters long. Even going all out, I only managed to pierce its paws. Nearly got killed by one swipe. Besides that one, I also ran into a gray wolf reaching 5 meters in length, and a giant python nearly 20 meters long. These animals were all incredibly powerful. If it had been the old me, I wouldn't have stood a chance. But after these past few days of hunting, my weight had reached 5,000 pounds. My strength and size had improved even further, so I decided to go find that bear and get revenge. I followed the bear's scent, and soon arrived at a cave entrance. Then I roared into the cave, and gathered all my strength into my hind legs, planning to pierce it through the moment it came out. Before long, the brown bear emerged from the cave. Though the bear and I were similar in size, when this bear stood up, it looked much more imposing than me. The bear recognized me too, and let out a savage roar at me. Seeing this, I swung my tusks and charged at it. Our 2 massive forms collided directly. The tremendous impact echoed through the forest, though my tusks tore through the brown bear's hide. But the brown bear withstood my assault, so I charged at it again. This time I sent the brown bear flying several meters back, but it immediately got back up, and I was wounded by its claws too. I watched the brown bear charging toward me, and sighed inwardly. This brown bear's defense is insane. At this rate, we'll be fighting all day. Looks like I'll have to activate the black armor. With that thought, I focused my mind, and my entire body was instantly covered in fine black armor. At the same time, my strength surged dramatically. The brown bear across from me sensed my pressure, and a hint of panic flashed in its eyes. Just as it tried to retreat, I flashed forward right in front of it, then drove my tusks into it with full force. After a thunderous impact, the brown bear slammed hard into the stone wall. A 6-foot gash appeared across its chest. It struggled feebly a few times, then slowly lost its breath. The 2 orange cats came to my side. They rubbed against me affectionately, while staring intently at one of the bear's paws. So I severed one of the paws, and tossed it to them. I started devouring the brown bear myself. After devouring the brown bear, my weight reached 11,000 pounds. I let out a satisfied burp, then led the 2 orange cats into the massive cave. Once we reached the deepest part of the cave, I found a warm corner and fell asleep. The next day I was flipping through the poacher's diary. It recorded that along the coastline on the eastern side of the forest lived a large number of tentacled lizards. Not only were they thick-skinned, but they were also massive. Since I'd already killed all the beasts in this area, I decided to try my luck at the coastline. Using my phone's GPS function, I quickly led the orange cats to the vicinity of the coastline. But what surprised me was, on the small island across from the coastline, there was actually a military base. Just then, 2 9-meter-long lizards ran past me, but compared to my stocky build, they looked like 2 skinny dogs. Enemies of this level didn't require me to step in, so I signaled the 2 orange cats to go deal with them. Who knew they'd actually tremble in fear? Lizards. But they didn't attack. Instead, they slowly backed away. Seeing this, I sneered, then charged straight at them. The 2 lizards realized they couldn't escape, so they fought back, claws bared. But the instant we made contact, they were sent flying dozens of meters. Their tough hides were torn open by my tusks. I gave them no chance to catch their breath. Another savage charge, and the fight was over. But just as I was about to absorb them, I suddenly heard a startled cry. I turned to look, and saw inside a military base, a middle-aged officer staring at me in terror. The other soldiers behind him all had their eyes wide with shock. But I'm not too worried about it, because with my current defense, human bullets and cannons can't hurt me at all. But I won't show off my devouring technique in front of humans, so I let out a low growl, signaling the 2 tiger cubs to drag the lizard corpses back to the cave in the forest. Then I began devouring the 2 lizards. As the 2 lizards slowly entered my stomach, I could feel waves of heat flowing through my body. My strength and size were gradually increasing. Finally, my weight reached 12,000 pounds. Then I glanced at the tiger cubs eating scraps beside me, and shook my head helplessly. Looks like I need to train them properly. After all, they're the kings of beasts. With a little training, they'll be my right-hand men. And if I just kill a few more lizards, I should be able to evolve. With a goal in mind, I started taking my 2 underlings every day to the coastline to hunt for tentacle lizards. During this time, I could sense the people at the military base watching me, but I didn't care. After all, with my current strength, even planes and tanks can't touch me. As I killed more and more lizards, my strength and size both hit nearly 2,000. My weight reached a staggering 19,000 pounds. One day, I was out hunting in the forest as usual with my 2 underlings. As we walked, I suddenly sensed a massive surge of spiritual energy rising from the earth. The devouring technique inside me started activating on its own. Countless streams of spiritual energy around me were absorbed directly into my body. The 2 little tigers beside me were growing larger too. The next second, a massive golden light burst from my body. After the light faded, feeling the surging power within my body, I couldn't help but summon the system. System, what's going on? As soon as I spoke, the system's voice rang out. Large amounts of spiritual energy detected nearby. Congratulations, host has successfully evolved into a golden armored boar. New ability acquired, glazed fire earth breath. Temperature is 1,000 times that of ordinary flames. Hearing this, I was completely confused. I actually evolved? What's going on? Before I could figure out why I evolved, the sound of artillery fire came from the coastline. I looked in the direction of the sound. There on the coastline, a group of massive lizards was prowling around. The lead lizard was an astonishing 20 meters long. The military base across the shoreline kept firing relentlessly at the lizard pack. But the fierce assault didn't harm the lizards in the slightest. Seeing this, I nodded with satisfaction. Looks like these lizards have evolved too. If I can devour them as well, my power will definitely increase even further. By the time I reached the shoreline, the lizard pack had already climbed onto the island. Soldiers fired their guns frantically, but still couldn't stop the advancing lizards. Just as the lizards were about to breach the base's defenses, a circular metal disc suddenly flew in from the distance. The disc slashed straight at one of the lizards, at the lizard's neck, carving out a massive wound. Then an old man descended from the sky. The pressure emanating from him forced several of the tentacled lizards to retreat. The soldiers immediately erupted in cheers. Master Ku is here. We're saved. Hearing this, Master Ku nodded. He controlled the disc in the air, slashing at another lizard. Seeing this, I felt nothing but shock. This old man is seriously strong, but if he kills all these lizards, I won't have anything to eat. So while keeping an eye on the battle, I quietly slipped into the water. At the same time, the 20-meter giant lizard charged at Master Ku. The disc in Master Ku's hand turned into a golden blur, slashing straight at the massive lizard. But the giant lizard dodged with just a slight movement, evading the fierce strike. Then the giant lizard swung its tail and slammed it hard into Master Ku. Master Ku was sent flying dozens of meters back and crashed heavily to the ground. At this moment, the base's defenses collapsed. On the soldiers' faces appeared expressions of tragic resolve. They gripped their remaining grenades, ready to deliver one final blow to these lizards. At this critical moment, the sea beside the base suddenly began churning violently. All the lizards looked uneasily at the sea surface. Even the lead giant lizard was slowly backing away. The soldiers, now safe, looked at these tentacled lizards in confusion. These tentacled lizards were extremely vicious, but they couldn't imagine what could make all these lizards retreat. Seeing this, Master Ku gasped, capable of making the seawater boil. If there's a beast down there, then its power must be terrifying. The moment he finished speaking, I burst out from beneath the surface. Under the shocked gazes of all the soldiers, I charged straight at the largest tentacled lizard. A massive hole was torn through the tentacled lizard's head. It staggered a few steps before crashing to the ground. Then I swung my fangs and charged at the other lizards. The other lizards fled in terror, but they didn't get far before I cut them all down. A middle-aged officer stepped forward from the crowd. He said, "Lord Boar King, my name is Jack. I'm the commander of this base. Thank you for saving this base. Is there anything we can do for you?" Hearing this, I raised my leg and pointed at the lizard corpses, then pointed toward the distant jungle. Jack immediately understood what I meant. "I'll have my men deliver the lizards to your home right away." He turned and glanced at the soldiers. "What are you standing around for? Take Lord Boar King's spoils away." Seeing this, I nodded with satisfaction. Then I returned to the forest to continue hunting other animals. By the time I got back to my cave, Jack had already delivered the giant lizard corpses. He also left behind a small booklet. It contained detailed records of beast information compiled by the military base. Turns out humans classified beasts into 4 levels: Beast Soldier, Beast General, Lord Class, and the Legendary King Class. When beasts evolve to Lord Class, they'll gain skills. After learning all this, I looked at the 2 little tigers beside me. "You're currently only high-level beast soldiers. As the mighty Boar King, I need at least 2 beast generals under my command. Hurry up and eat more." With that, I tossed 2 9-meter-long lizards in front of them, while I devoured the rest myself. After eating my fill, my weight reached 30,000 pounds. My strength and size also hit 3,000 points. Then I summoned the system. "System, what are the requirements for my next evolution?" The system's voice rang in my ears. "Reach a weight of 100,000 pounds. Reach 10,000 points in strength and size to evolve." Hearing this, I sighed helplessly. Looks like ordinary beasts aren't worth much to me anymore. Perhaps only by devouring Lord-level beasts can I evolve quickly. With that thought, I opened my phone to check the recent news. After scrolling for a bit, a video suddenly shot to the top of the trending list. I curiously clicked on the video. An official announcement from the Chinese government immediately came through the phone. This station reports, a 7-meter-long lion has appeared in the marketplace, according to Hua Nation's official power rankings. This lion has reached early beast general level. Marketplace residents, please take cover. The military is en route. Hearing this, I thought it over. I didn't expect ferocious beasts to show up in the city too. Even though it's not Lord level, it can still boost my strength a little. Looks like it's time to head to the marketplace. Then I turned to look at the 2 little tigers. They're both 5 meters long now. Their strength has surpassed ordinary adult tigers. So I decided to use this opportunity to give them both some proper training. So I walked up to them. "From now on, you'll be Tiger 1 and Tiger 2. Alright, follow me. We're taking a trip into the city." As soon as I finished speaking, the 2 little tigers immediately got up from the ground. I headed to the marketplace with my 2 underlings. Along the way, I kept devouring the ferocious beasts I encountered, but the gains kept getting smaller. So I just let the two little tigers handle the beasts we encountered, while I coached them from the sidelines. A few days later, I finally led the little tigers out of the forest. Just as I was wondering how to enter the city, intense artillery fire suddenly rang out in the distance. I looked up and saw a 7-meter-long lion, a massive lion 7 meters long, was leaping nimbly through the tanks, its paws massive and devastatingly powerful, leaving the tanks completely helpless. Behind it was a pack of lions 4 to 5 meters long. I glanced at my two little tigers. Go kill those lions. I'll watch the show here. The two little tigers nodded and charged toward the lion pack. In moments, Tiger 1 and Tiger 2 slaughtered all dozen lions. They dragged most of the lions over to me before they started feasting. I nodded, satisfied, then turned my gaze back to the Lion King. By now it had taken out most of the soldiers and was about to break into the city. Just then, 3 warriors jumped from a jeep in the rear, wielding long blades. They charged the Lion King at incredible speed. When they closed to 10 meters, the lead warrior raised his blade and swung it fiercely at the Lion King. The instant they collided, a sharp clang rang out. The blade had struck metal. The man was sent flying by a tremendous force. In the next instant, the Tiger King suddenly charged at the 2 warriors behind it. The 2 warriors quickly raised their blades, slashing toward the Lion King. But the Lion King simply dodged, easily evading their attacks. What surprised me, though, was that the Lion King didn't kill the 3 warriors outright. Instead, like a cat toying with mice, kept playing with them. Seeing this, I called Tiger 1 and Tiger 2 back, then led them toward the Lion King. The Lion King sensed the pressure I was emanating and couldn't help but retreat a few steps. I turned to look at the 2 tigers behind me. You 2 go warm up first. The moment I finished speaking, both tigers immediately shot toward the Lion King. Seeing this, the Lion King swung its claws, striking directly at Tiger 1. But Tiger 1 simply jumped back, dodging the attack. Tiger 2 meanwhile snuck around to the Lion King's rear, then opened its jaws wide, biting down hard on the Lion King's neck. But it didn't even break the skin. Tiger 1 and Tiger 2 attacked the Lion King relentlessly, yet neither could gain the upper hand. Just as they lunged at the Lion King again, I flashed in front of them. You 2 stand down. I charged at the Lion King, fangs bared. The Lion King went flying over 30 feet and crashed hard to the ground, broken through 5,000 points. But when we entered the city, I noticed a lot of people filming me with their phones. Some fearless ones even rushed right up to me, shoving their cameras in my face. So I turned to look at the 2 tigers. You 2 go scare them off. At my command, the 2 tigers immediately charged into the crowd and let out an angry roar. The crowd panicked and stepped back a few paces, then scattered and fled. I found a quiet corner and pulled out my phone to check. I'm actually trending. No wonder so many people were filming me. What's this Fierce Beast rankings? Wait, I'm this strong, and I'm only ranked 6th? After exiting the trending page, I clicked on a news article. Purple Cloud Mountain breached by the Azure Wolf King. According to Hua Nation's official assessment, the Azure Wolf King has reached high-level Beast General, and the Azure Wolf pack he leads has also reached beginner Beast General level, requesting nearby martial artists to provide support. After learning of this, a surge of wild joy flashed through my heart. This Azure Wolf King looks strong, worthy of being my food. With that thought, I immediately headed to Purple Cloud Mountain with my 2 tigers. When we reached the foot of the mountain, a massive wolf howl echoed down from the summit. I looked up toward the peak. There I saw a massive Azure Wolf King, fighting with a martial artist. The martial artist swung the long blade in his hand, but couldn't get anywhere close to the Azure Wolf King, and beside him stood several smaller Azure Wolves. Seeing this, I flashed forward. In just a few seconds, I reached the summit. The people on the mountain looked at my massive form, their eyes filled with deep fear and wariness. The Azure Wolf King trembled under my pressure, standing frozen in place, not daring to move an inch. Just then, a cry of surprise erupted from the crowd. It's the Wild Boar King himself. Immediately after, a monk holding a long staff walked up before me, then bowed to me with clasped hands. Master Faheo greets the Wild Boar King. As soon as he finished speaking, everyone present immediately widened their eyes. I calmly looked at this bald monk. Though I didn't recognize him, I could sense this monk's cultivation level was the strongest among everyone present. But he was still far from being my match, so I nodded at him, then turned to glance at the Azure Wolf King. The Azure Wolf King was so frightened by my gaze that he retreated 2 steps. The surrounding Azure Wolf Beast Generals were also slowly retreating. The next second, the Azure Wolf King let out a deep, powerful roar. His form became a blur, retreating rapidly backward. At the same time, the master at the side wielded his long staff, transforming into a streak of light charging toward the Azure Wolf King. The Azure Wolf King was caught off guard, and was beaten back several steps by the master. The Azure Wolf King let out an angry roar, then lunged viciously at the master. The master hurriedly blocked with his long staff, but was still pinned beneath the Azure Wolf King. Just as the Azure Wolf King was about to bite through the master's neck, an officer wielding a short sword stepped out from the crowd. He flashed forward in a blur. In a heartbeat, he appeared behind the Azure Wolf King. The Azure Wolf King sensed the officer's presence, and decisively released his grip on the master's throat. The freed master leaped up, and joined forces with the officer to attack the Azure Wolf King. The Azure Wolf King became a blur and lunged at the master again. The master blocked it again, but was knocked back dozens of meters. At that moment, the officer wielded his long sword and slashed directly at the Azure Wolf King, but was swatted away over 100 meters by the Azure Wolf King's claw. The master climbed up from the ground and charged forward once more, but the Azure Wolf King's claws were like steel blades, leaving a deep gash across the master's chest. Seeing this, I let out a helpless sigh. They're way too weak. Guess I'll have to give you guys a hand. With that thought, I strolled leisurely toward the Azure Wolf King. The Azure Wolf King glanced at me warily, then tucked its tail and bolted away. But it hadn't gotten far before I stomped it into the ground. Then I clamped my jaws onto its tail and flung it hard. The Azure Wolf King's body shot straight into the air, then crashed heavily to the ground, writhing violently where it lay. I walked over to it at a leisurely pace, then stomped on it hard a few times. The Azure Wolf King spat out blood and finally went still. Then I slowly opened my mouth. An invisible current of air wrapped around the corpse, and I sucked it straight into my mouth. The remaining Azure Wolves saw their leader die and scattered in panic. Seeing this, the two tigers leaped into the wolf pack and began a massacre. Those Azure Wolves didn't even have time to scream before they all died under the tiger's claws. After a while, the two tigers dragged the corpses before me. I nodded with satisfaction, then opened my mouth and devoured half the wolves. After eating my fill, I summoned the system. System, check my attributes. As soon as I spoke, the system's voice instantly rang out in my mind. Species, golden armored boar. Weight, 57,000 pounds. Strength, 5,600. Size, 5,500 points. Congratulations, host, new skill unlocked. You can now communicate with humans through telepathy. 2 underlings to take down the Azure Wolf King. Successfully leveled up and gained a new skill, the ability to speak with humans. Way more convenient than before. Then I glanced up at the two tigers. The rest is yours, dig in. The two tigers nodded obediently and immediately feasted on the remaining Azure Wolves. As they continued devouring the flesh and blood, their auras grew stronger and stronger. The next moment, fierce winds suddenly whipped up around us. Tiger 1 and Tiger 2's bodies began to slowly grow, their auras becoming more and more powerful, finally stopping at 8.5 meters in length. They'd broken through to mid-tier beast general. I looked at the backpacks they were wearing and sighed inwardly. Looks like I need to get a super large backpack from the humans. So I slowly walked up to the officer. My underlings' backpacks are too small. Get me 2 of the largest size. The officer nodded in surprise, then waved to the soldiers in the distance. Quickly bring 2 large backpacks for Lord Boar King. Several soldiers hurriedly went to the vehicle and pulled out 2 huge military duffel bags, then respectfully piled them in front of me. The 2 tigers looked curiously at the 2 large bags and threw off the small backpacks from their bodies. Those 6 enormous bird eggs rolled out from the backpacks, immediately drawing everyone's attention. At that moment, a man with greed on his face stepped out from the crowd, then grabbed a bird egg and ran. Seeing this, Tiger 2 roared at him, then raised its paw and slammed him hard into the ground. Everyone backed away on the spot, not even daring to move for a moment. I looked at that pile of bird eggs and snorted inwardly. This is humanity, greedy and overestimating themselves. Thinking this, I coldly glanced at the officer. The officer immediately saluted me. Lord Boar King, these bird eggs are your spoils of war. We won't have any designs on them. With that, he waved at those soldiers. Quickly put all the bird eggs into Lord Boar King's large rucksack. The soldiers carefully placed all the bird eggs into the rucksack, then respectfully set it down before me. Tiger 1 and Tiger 2 excitedly shouldered the rucksacks, and then left Purple Cloud Mountain with me. I led them back to the forest where we found the bird eggs, wanting to find that high-level beast general that laid the giant egg, because in my view, that high-level beast general was definitely stronger than the Azure Wolf King. If I could devour it, my attributes would surely increase dramatically. Just then, a rooster's crow that pierced the heavens came from the east. A surge of wild joy flashed through my heart. To transmit its voice from such a distance, that high-level beast general's power was truly extraordinary. With that thought, I led the 2 tigers racing eastward. Before long, we arrived at a city wall. There stood a colorful rooster over 12 meters tall, using its sharp beak to viciously peck at the city wall. After a crisp sound, it pecked a massive hole straight through the city wall. Meanwhile, behind the city wall, a large army was firing heavily. Shell after shell kept coming, hitting the colorful rooster. But the colorful rooster wasn't hurt at all. Then the artillery fire stopped. A group of human warriors rushed out from within the city wall. The lead warrior jumped straight up over 30 feet high, slashing his sword at the colorful rooster. But the colorful rooster didn't even dodge. It simply pecked lightly at the warrior's sword. A crisp sound rang out. The warrior's sword shattered instantly. 3 more warriors immediately rushed out from the surroundings, trying to stop the colorful rooster. The colorful rooster's head became a blur of afterimages before the 3 warriors could react. They were pecked to death by the colorful rooster. Seeing this scene, Tiger 1 and Tiger 2's faces lit up with excitement. They were about to run toward the colorful rooster, but I blocked them with my foot. You're no match for it, but they still looked eager to fight. I sighed helplessly. Looks like you won't give up until you hit a wall. Fine, go ahead and attack it then, but don't blame me when you're crying later. As soon as I finished speaking, The two tigers immediately charged excitedly toward the colorful rooster. At this moment, the colorful rooster pecked through another city wall. Then it spotted the two tigers bursting out from the forest. Tiger 1 was first to reach the colorful rooster, its massive claws gleaming with a silver light. It lunged straight at the colorful rooster. The colorful rooster let out an angry roar. Its massive body immediately pivoted direction. Then it violently beat its wings. The surrounding winds suddenly became ferocious. In the next second, across the entire clearing, two massive tornadoes appeared out of thin air. Under these two enormous tornadoes, Tiger 1 felt immense pressure. Its claws dug tightly into the ground. Step by step, it moved closer to the colorful rooster. But seeing Tiger 1's stubborn persistence, the colorful rooster took to the air and dove fiercely toward Tiger 1. A thunderous crash rang out. One of the colorful rooster's talons struck directly onto Tiger 1's forehead. Tiger 1 roared out in pain. Its paws became a blur, frantically swiping at the colorful rooster. But the colorful rooster's talons were extremely long. For a moment, all of Tiger 1's strikes missed, while the colorful rooster's talon remained pressed against Tiger 1's big forehead.
We encountered a colorful rooster. Tiger 1 and Tiger 2 attacked it together. In just a few moments, both Tiger 1 and Tiger 2 were injured. Seeing this, I let out a soft sigh. If you suck, just practice more. Then, I slowly emerged from the jungle. The colorful rooster sensed my overwhelming aura and turned to size me up. The instant our eyes met, it slowly released the two tigers. Tiger 1 and Tiger 2 let out pained roars. Then, quickly ran behind me. The colorful rooster looked at me with gravity. The vicious look from before was gone from its eyes. Instead, there was a hint of caution. When I got within 500 meters of the colorful rooster suddenly let out an angry roar. But I didn't stop moving. Then the colorful rooster shook its wings. Spiritual energy from the surroundings gathered on its crest, instantly transforming into a blazing flame. This scene made everything clear to me. So this colorful rooster really is Lord level. I just didn't expect its skill would also be flame-based. Just then, the colorful rooster violently flapped its wings. 5 tornadoes suddenly appeared on the ground. These 5 tornadoes connected together and swept toward me. Yet, I remained completely still. Then, it swung its sharp beak and charged straight at me. But I simply raised my tusks and lightly blocked, catching the colorful rooster by the neck. Then, I violently shook my head, flinging the colorful rooster over 100 meters away. The colorful rooster flapped a few times in the air, then charged at me again. But I was too lazy to keep tangling with it. I slammed my tusks down hard on its beak, splitting it clean in half. The colorful rooster let out a cry of pain and turned to flee into the forest. Seeing this, I rammed hard into its fleeing back and sent it flying in an instant. The colorful rooster's bones cracked and snapped. It lay on the ground, unable to get up. I walked up to it slowly and stomped hard on its neck, ending its life right there. I tore off the colorful rooster's 2 legs and tossed them to the 2 tigers. Then, I opened my massive jaws and sucked the colorful rooster into my belly. A wave of heat surged through my body. After that power settled down, I summoned the system panel. System, show me my current stats. The system notification instantly echoed in my mind. Host meets conditions to awaken weapon imprint. Once forgeable materials are found, your destined weapon can be crafted. A surge of excitement flashed through me. I unlocked something good. Again, what is my destined weapon? The system voice rang out again. Host's first stage weapon is the 9-tooth steel rake. Required materials, 100,000 tons of steel, 100,000 tons of iron, and 10,000 tons of copper. I stood there, stunned for 5 seconds, and finally couldn't help but think, holy crap. Only the Chinese government could provide that much, right? Looks like I'll need to make some deals with China. Just then, I suddenly felt a chill between my eyebrows. I walked over to the lake and took a closer look. There was a silver mysterious rune, clearly marked between my eyebrows. The system's voice rang out again. The soul weapon is nurtured within the host's weapon mark. It can be drawn directly when needed, and the 9-tooth steel rake can change size. A flash of joy immediately crossed my face. Just then, 2 tiger roars came from beside me. I turned to look. The 2 tigers had already finished devouring the chicken feet. The aura around them kept growing stronger, finally reaching the peak of mid-level beast general. Seeing this, I nodded with satisfaction. These 2 brothers are about to break through to high-level beast general. From now on, I won't need to handle ordinary beast generals myself. Now only lord-level beasts are worthy of becoming my food. With that thought, I left the area with the 2 tigers. But I hadn't gone far when I was stopped by a military officer. He looked at me with hesitation. Greetings, Lord Boar King. Thank you for saving the people of this city. Do you have any requests? At his words, my heart leaped with joy. Talk about perfect timing. So, I nodded at him. I need 100,000 tons of steel, 100,000 tons of iron, and 10,000 tons of copper. With that, I called Tiger 1 over. Then, I took off its backpack and tossed it in front of the officer. I won't take your human stuff for free. Inside are 3 bird eggs. I'll trade them for those metals. The officer looked at me in shock, then pulled out his phone and made a call. 10 minutes later, the officer bowed to me respectfully. Wild Boar King, Sir, we've already placed what you requested at the 10th military base. However, the base currently only has 5,000 tons of copper in storage. We cannot meet your requirements, but through our intelligence gathering, we discovered the Weiyuan City copper mine has 20,000 tons of copper stored, but that is one armed king's territory, so Huaxia cannot access it. But rest assured, we will definitely find a way to collect enough copper ore. His words filled me with wild excitement. I'd seen this one armed king on the beast rankings. Its true form is a one-armed monkey, but after the spiritual energy revival, it rapidly evolved. At day, I evolved into a lower-class beast. If I could devour the one-armed king, it would massively boost my evolution. As for that, copper ore, once I kill the one-armed king, I can have as much as I want. With that in mind, I nodded at him. You can take these 3 bird eggs. Now, give me the exact coordinates. The officer handed me a map, then dragged the 3 bird eggs away. I turned and headed toward the 10th military base. But I hadn't gone far when a middle-aged man stopped me. Greetings, Lord Boar King. I'm the mayor of this city. I heard you need steel. We happen to have a few hundred tons in reserve. I'd like to offer it to you. I actually want to test something. If I devour a few hundred tons of steel first, will my bonded weapon change? So I agreed to his request. After a while, trucks loaded with steel arrived before me. The mayor gave me a flattering smile. Esteemed Boar King, please enjoy. And I didn't hold back. I opened my mouth and absorbed all the trucks, along with the steel, into my weapon mark. The weapon mark instantly melted these materials, finally fusing them into a blob of silver liquid. After finishing all this, I took the 2 tigers and headed to the 10th military base. By the time we reached neighboring Qianyun City, it had already gotten dark. So I decided to rest here for the night and continue the journey the next day. Just as I found an excellent resting spot, a shrill scream suddenly rang out behind me. I turned around and saw several burly men, roughly dragging a pretty young woman. They were holding rope and a large burlap sack. Disgust flashed through me at the sight. Wago is already on the brink of collapse, and there are still people trafficking women. Absolutely shameless. So I let out a low growl at the 2 tigers. They immediately understood what I meant and charged straight at those burly men. Before the men could react, Tiger 1 leaped behind one of them, then slammed him into the ground with one swipe. Next, Tiger 2 let out a furious roar at them. A powerful sound wave sent them flying dozens of meters. They collapsed, unable to get up. I slowly walked up to the woman. Who are they? Why did they kidnap you? Upon hearing this, sorrow flashed in the woman's eyes. A desolate look crossed her face. Honorable Wild Boar King, these are servants of the Wang family from Shenyun City. Young Master Wang has a taste for beautiful women, so the Wang family often kidnaps women from outside the city and brings them into Shenyun City for young Master Wang to abuse. Once they're ravaged to within an inch of their lives, they throw them outside the city to feed the wild beasts. If it weren't for you, Wild Boar King, I wouldn't have escaped either. After learning this, a flash of killing intent crossed my eyes. What is the Wang family's strength? The woman let out a long sigh. Old Master Wang is a 4th rank True Harmony realm martial artist, and he is one of the elders of the Chenyun clan. The Wang family also has several 5th rank Kaiyang realm warriors. We ordinary people have no way to fight back. After learning this, a question flashed through my mind. What is this 4th rank Genha realm thing? Could it be some kind of human power ranking? Thinking this, I looked at the woman with curiosity. Is this 4th rank Genha realm very strong? Through my conversation with the woman, I learned, ever since the ferocious beasts ravaged China, a small portion of humanity awakened special abilities, able to become warriors by cultivating the energy of heaven and earth. These warriors jointly established the China Warrior Association and divided warrior strength into 10 major realms. The realms ascend from 10 to 1 in order. After learning this, a hint of disdain flashed through my mind. This Wang family head is merely 4th rank, yet dares to act so tyrannically within the Chenyun clan. Simply a nest of vermin. Thinking this, I turned to glance at the nearby city wall. I saw a large number of warriors gathered there. Their eyes looking at me were filled with vigilance. Seeing this, I frowned. Humans, hand over the young master of the Wang family. I want to make a deal with you. After saying this, I noticed an old man in the crowd with a murderous look. I sensed the 4th rank aura emanating from him. It all clicked. So he must be the head of the Wang family. I slowly walked toward the base of the city wall. Just then, a furious voice rang out from atop the wall. Fire. The next second, countless shells came flying at me. But I didn't even bother to dodge. After all, this level of attack to me was nothing more than a tickle. Half an hour later, the explosions gradually subsided. I stretched comfortably, feeling refreshed all over. Haven't felt this relaxed in ages. Truly comfortable. But this head of the Wang family actually dared to attack me. How foolish. With that thought, I unleashed a powerful aura. A scorching heat rose throughout heaven and earth, then transformed into a red beam of light, shooting toward the head of the Wang family. Atop the wall, under this beam of light, the head of the Wang family was instantly vaporized. Meanwhile, the other officials on the wall broke out in cold sweat, their eyes filled with fear as they looked down at me. Then, a middle-aged man pulled a young man from the crowd and threw the young man off the city wall. The young man fell from the wall, dozens of meters high. and turned directly into a pile of mush. After a moment, that middle-aged man walked up to me with a respectful look with my two underlings, when suddenly a piercing scream rang out behind us. I turned around and saw several burly men assaulting a beautiful young woman. I ordered my two underlings to stop them. Tiger 1 charged forward and sent someone flying over 30 feet. I walked up to the woman to ask what happened. I learned the young master of the Wang family had a taste for women and frequently kidnapped them. After learning this, I went to the Wang estate and killed the family head, while the other elites on the city walls broke out in cold sweat. After a while, a middle-aged man walked up to me with a respectful expression. "Greetings, Lord Wild Boar King. I am Kenyon, the mayor of the city. Please forgive the disrespect of the Wang family. I will not let a single member of the Wang family escape, and the higher-ups of Huaxia have already notified me to completely eliminate all the Wangs in Qianyun City." Hearing this, I looked at him coldly. "The Wang family has been running rampant in Qianyun City for so long, and as mayor, you had no power to stop them? How pathetic. But now that I've killed the Wang family head for you, Qianyun City is yours to run from now on." Qianyun bowed deeply to me. "I will forever remember Lord Wild Boar King's kindness. Whatever you need to trade, I'll give it everything I've got." Seeing this, I nodded in satisfaction. "I need intel and coordinates for all fierce beasts in the area." Qianyun jogged into the city. Soon she returned with a thick stack of documents. She came back and stood before me. "Wild Boar King, this is not only what you requested, but also info on spiritual herbs discovered in Huaxia. Hope this helps." I gave a slight nod. I took the documents and headed off with the two tigers. Following the info Qianyun gave me, I soon reached a primitive forest. Just then, a powerful surge of spiritual energy suddenly came from the distance. I followed that spiritual energy and reached a hillside covered in spiritual herbs. My heart leapt with joy. I didn't expect to find so many spiritual herbs here. If I eat them all, it should boost my stats. So I opened my mouth and inhaled all the spiritual herbs. Then I summoned the system. "System, what are my stats now?" The system's voice responded. "Weight 67-0, strength 7-0, size 7-0. Detecting host is about to reach 8-0 points. Once size meets requirements, you'll awaken Black Heaven true form. After awakening, size points will reset to 0. Hearing this, confusion flashed through my mind. "System, what's this Black Heaven true form? Why did it reset my body, size points to 0? The Black Heaven true form is activated by your bloodline power. Its body size is extremely massive. It's your complete form. But the Black Heaven true form is too enormous. So after you meet the activation conditions, you still need to devour 100 tons of Lord-level beast flesh." Hearing this, disappointment washed over me. That colorful rooster I devoured was a Lord-level beast, but it only weighed around 10 tons. To activate my true form, I'd need at least 10 Lord-level beasts. All the Lord-level beasts in China might not even be enough. The priority right now is to get my strength up to 10 points first. After my weight hits 100 pounds, I'll evolve once more. But just as I was about to leave, two furious tiger roars suddenly echoed from the distance. Then came the sounds of intense combat. When I followed the sounds to the scene, I saw two tigers attacking. A giant water buffalo monster 11 meters long. This buffalo had two massive horns on its head, each one a good 5 or 6 meters long. And this buffalo radiated the aura of a peak, high-level beast general. Tiger 2 was clinging to the buffalo's back, ripping it tightly with its two sharp silver claws, while constantly tearing at the buffalo's back with its teeth, but only managed to break through a bit of the water buffalo's skin, while Tiger 1 held the water buffalo at bay from the front. But every time Tiger 1 lunged forward, the water buffalo would use its two massive horns, rumming and forcing Tiger 1 to retreat again and again. Tiger 1 and Tiger 2 kept attacking, yet still couldn't break through the water buffalo's defense. But seeing the scene, I didn't intervene, because battles between beast general level creatures rely mainly on physical strength, and after Tiger 1 and Tiger 2 learned the devouring technique, their physical defense wasn't much weaker than this water buffalo's. So this battle was excellent experience for them. Just then the two tigers circled to both sides of the water buffalo, then simultaneously bit down on the water buffalo's rear. The water buffalo let out two furious roars, then charged outward in rage. Seeing this, I sighed softly. This water buffalo put everything into defense. Even an ordinary low-level lord-class creature would have trouble killing this water buffalo. So I transformed into a golden torrent and charged straight at the fleeing water buffalo. The water buffalo let out a cry and crashed heavily dozens of meters away. Tiger 1 moved forward and bit directly into the water buffalo's throat. After killing the water buffalo, Tiger 1 dragged its corpse back to me. I used my fangs to split the water buffalo in two. The two tigers excitedly devoured half of the water buffalo, while I drew the remaining half into my mouth. When the devouring ended, my power had reached 7,450 points. My size had increased to 7,210 points. At the same time, the aura emanating from the two tigers was rapidly changing. Streams of spiritual energy continuously gathered toward their bodies. The devouring art began operating on its own. The two tigers let out pained, low groans. Advancing to high-level beast general was very different from before. I had a feeling their advancement this time might take several days, so I waited quietly nearby. Suddenly, rustling sounds came from deep in the jungle, if some massive beast were heading this way. Realizing this, a hint of delight appeared on my face. It seemed these beasts were drawn by the commotion of the tiger's advancement. and with the tigers making such a huge disturbance, what was coming were likely high-level beast generals, or even lord-class beasts. So I concealed my powerful aura, and waited for these beasts to come to me. A few seconds later, a giant python, over 20 meters long, appeared before me. Seeing this, I shot a glazed fire at it, severing it clean in half. Just then a black panther nearly 9 meters long, leaped out from the forest. I shot another glazed fire. A crimson light streaked through the air, instantly piercing the black panther's head. I kept slaughtering beasts charging from the forest. In just moments, the ground was piled high with beast corpses. Seeing this, satisfaction spread across my face. Then I opened my mouth and sucked them all in. The system notification sounded. Congratulations. Host has reached 100 pounds. Evolution beginning now. The next second, a massive spiritual energy vortex appeared above the forest. Then it transformed into golden light and rushed toward me. I was surrounded by this dazzling radiance, finally falling into deep sleep. I don't know how long passed. My consciousness gradually returned. So I suddenly opened my eyes. I saw two majestic-looking creatures, two tigers, each 10 meters long, looking at me with worship. I sensed the high-level beast general aura from them, and nodded with satisfaction. Then I planned to go to the nearby lake to see what I had evolved into, but as soon as I stood up, I discovered I was standing on my two hind legs. So I quickly ran to the lake. Only then could I see myself clearly. Now I stood a full 20 meters tall, covered head to toe in golden.
Then into a wild boar king. Through constant devouring, I finally hit 100 pounds and completed another evolution. The next second, golden light engulfed me. Even my trotters became powerful hands. I looked like some anime character. I stared at myself for a moment, then summoned a system. System, what's going on? The system panel appeared before me. Host's current state, golden armor battle form, and switch to original form. Skills, golden armor art, devouring art, glazed fire. New skill acquired, power domain. This skill controls the field around the host. As the host increases power points, power domain will grow stronger. Power domain has 10 levels, currently level 1. I couldn't help but think, this evolution changed me massively. Just this battle form alone made me countless times stronger. Once I finish refining my 9-tooth rake, I'll get another huge power boost. Plus I look way more human now, and in this form weapons are even more powerful. With that thought, I checked the system panel again. Will I have other forms in the future? After the host condenses the Black Heaven true body, the battle form will also become the Black Heaven battle form. Hearing this, it suddenly clicked. So my true form is still the golden armored boar. The next stage will be the Black Heaven true body. But this form is way too inconvenient for traveling. After all, 2 legs can't beat 4. So, with a thought, I changed back to my original form. Except now my body had grown to 20 meters, and my aura was countless times stronger than before. Then I activated my power domain. An invisible wave spread across a 1-kilometer radius. The lush trees around me were instantly crushed to dust. The entire kilometer became a barren clearing in an instant. I looked around. A hint of satisfaction flashed in my eyes. This power domain is insane. The system said earlier, this skill can alter the force field around me. I wonder if I can use the reaction force to make myself fly. So I released the power domain beneath my feet, then gave a light jump, and my whole body floated into midair. The 2 tigers stood there in shock. Let's go meet this one-armed king. With that, I shot off into the distance. The 2 tigers sprinted at full speed on the ground. Along the way, following the map provided by the Chinese military, I quickly arrived at the one-armed king's lair. But the terrain of that forest was extremely complex. Even I couldn't quickly pinpoint the exact location. Just as I was carefully searching while checking the map, a sharp eagle's cry suddenly came from behind me. I turned to look, and saw a massive eagle beast 15 meters long, staring right at me. At the sight, my heart leapt with joy. Isn't this the Grey Feather King from the Beast Compendium? The Compendium said he was the one-armed king's rival, and had even beaten the one-armed king into retreat. He's currently evolved to mid-tier lord level, qualified to be my food. Just then, the Grey Feather King flapped his wings and charged at me, so I shot a stream of glazed fire at him. The scorching flames instantly engulfed his entire body. Then I twisted the surrounding field together, and slammed it hard into the Grey Feather King. The Grey Feather King shrieked as he plummeted from the sky, finally crashing into a forest. A large swath of thick trees was smashed to pieces. At the center of this destruction, a huge crater appeared. The Grey Feather King lay dead in the crater. I slowly descended to the ground, and sucked the Grey Feather King's corpse into my mouth. The next second the system notification sounded. Black Sky True Form increased by 35 tons. I nodded with satisfaction, just as I was about to continue on my way. The 2 tigers ran up in front of me. Tiger 2 lay on the ground pitifully. Boss, can you please stop flying? We're so tired from chasing you. Tiger 1 looked at me seriously and said, Boss, we just ran into a huge pit. The stuff inside is yellowish and feels hard to the touch. Hearing this, a trace of helplessness flashed through my mind. Why does that sound so weird? Wait, could he be talking about a copper mine? Could that pit be the one-armed king's lair? At his thought I looked at him excitedly. Where? Take me to see it, quick. Tiger 1 nodded obediently, and then led me running into the jungle. After a while, a massive deep pit appeared before my eyes. Tiger 1 pointed at the brass in the pit. Boss, this is what we found. I stared at that brass heavily, then released a trace of my power domain, directly scraping away the layer of soil covering the ground, revealing the copper buried underground. So I immediately used the devouring technique on that brass. The next moment, massive copper blocks flew up from the pit toward me. A moment later, the system notification chimed again. Received 10 tons of copper. My mind stirred. I set my consciousness into the weapon mark, Inside I found a large pool of golden liquid. Seeing this, I nodded at Tiger 1. Not bad. You did well. Let's keep moving. But I hadn't gone far when Tiger 2's roar suddenly echoed nearby. I looked up and saw Tiger 2 battling a 20-meter-long beast with horns jutting from its head. I sensed the beast's aura, and my heart leaped with joy. I didn't expect to run into another Lord-level beast, and this beast looked exactly like the Earth Dragon beast from the bestiary, just a size smaller. The two tigers had reached high-level beast general now. This was the perfect chance to train them. With that thought, I turned to Tiger 1. Go help Tiger 2. I'll step in if you two can't handle it. The moment I finished speaking, Tiger 1 shot toward the Earth Dragon beast and slammed a paw onto its head. The Earth Dragon beast roared in fury, then swung its sharp horn and charged at Tiger 1. A violent crash echoed out. Tiger 1 was sent flying dozens of meters. The Earth Dragon beast turned and charged at Tiger 2. After another violent crash, Tiger 2 was also sent flying dozens of meters, but the two tigers quickly got back on their feet and engaged the Earth Dragon beast once again. Though the two tigers were constantly being overpowered, they relied on their powerful defense to block every attack. The Earth Dragon beast grew more alarmed. The horn on its forehead began to glow with scorching heat, and the next moment it slashed violently. Its horn sliced across Tiger 1's belly like a blade. Tiger 1 let out a furious roar. Most of the fur on its belly was burned away, revealing crimson flesh beneath. Seeing this, I slowly walked up to the Earth Dragon beast, then released a trace of my power domain. Before it could escape, it was pinned firmly to the ground by the power domain. With a thought, the power domain became like a millstone, separating the Earth Dragon beast's head from its body.